person who picked themselves up quickly is stronger than one who never falls. Those who adapt to change prosper. When brewing coffee, the preferable water temperature is 82 to 85.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play D4. Last time, David got into a fight with the courier rabbit, Antonio Zapatero, and Zapatero just kind of vanished from the airplane right under David's nose. Well, I've changed David's clothes since then because, you know, he wasn't wearing a whole lot of protective gear, and after that fight I thought he might appreciate something a bit more covering, so I put him in his old hockey uniform. Let's take a look around this plane, I guess, and see if we can discover anything about the whereabouts of Zapatero. Well, we've seen this cat before. We can still push it. I also healed up pretty much everything. I guess we can just buy a little bit to top up. Why not buy some potato chips from the cat? The cat's happy with our purchase. Alright, I can see Derek Buchanan down there, sitting in his seat. Let's ask him where Zapatero went off to, because you'd figure he would be busy looking for him, right?
Marshal, are you okay? What's with the attitude? I'm only asking because I was worried. You think nothing happened at all?
I don't need your jabber, boy.
Derek Buchanan. I'm not sure why, but he seems determined to ignore me.
Alright, I guess we're gonna have to try to initiate a conversation then. Should we ask about his daughter, about his wife, or about his bald head? Well, I guess I guess the least inappropriate thing to ask about would be his wife. I mean, that seems civil.
You've got quite a young wife. Is there a big age gap between you? You're giving courage to men all across our fair nation. If a stony-faced gorilla like you can marry such a young, beautiful creature, there's hope for all of us yet, isn't there? But that's a surprise. You're the last person I'd expect to be carrying a picture of your family.
Listen up. I don't know who you are. But if you want to keep sucking down air, never talk to me again. A man is far more than just his looks. My wife understood that well.
Marshal Buchanan doesn't know who I am? There's something very odd going on here. But just what is it?
Well, that is strange. Why would Derek not recognize David? I mean, we got in his face before, and even if we didn't recognize David, you'd think he would be very anxious about Zapatero vanishing. Yeah, the witness is gone. He's not escorting him.
Marshal. I'll be slapped with a match penalty if I push my luck any further. I'd better look for another way before I'm sent off for good.
The metaphors do work better now that David is wearing his old uniform. I also didn't notice that he actually does wear the skates in this outfit, and, I mean, David is pretty excellent at balancing himself on those skates, it seems.
God damn it! What's wrong with you?
Alright, let's continue looking around, I suppose. See if we can find out any kind of evidence as to where Zapatero went off to.
Go, Boston, go!
Nothing says Boston quite like this. There must be a baseball fan on board.
I suppose so, but is that entirely relevant? I mean, Zapatero, I guess, was a baseball fan himself. He did have quite a pitch, but I don't know if that really matters right now. Now, there does seem to be something behind this tray, so let's get it out of there. Except we can't seem to open the latch, which brings up a new minigame. We have to put the cursor in the circle while David attempts to open the latch. We just have to keep the hand in there, and it'll open.
It's for Boston versus New York. Pretty good seats, too. Of course, it's been used. Things don't come that easy.
Now, it says that we just got a piece of evidence, and if you look in the lower left-hand corner right there, you'll see 3 icons. Those icons might look familiar, if you remember Deadly Premonition, when we were in an area that we could do some investigating in and find some clues. Icons like these would appear, and in that game, you would get 3 clues or more, and finish the investigation of that area. Well, the same thing has now happened here, except it's not 3 clues, it's more than that. We can see that each of the squares is separated into pieces. A and B are separated into 3 pieces each, and C looks like it is split into 2. So that would make 8 clues altogether. Apparently this ticket is a clue somehow, because it filled in part of B. What kind of clue is it? Well, who can say? But we now have an objective. We need to fill out these clues, and maybe if we can, then David might be able to figure out what's going on here. And it seems that the lightning strike has caused all of the latches and doors to become warped. So we have to do this with everyone. The idea of the game, if you're using the Kinect, is that you're trying to keep your hand, like your physical hand, in the circle. Not just a cursor. So it makes a bit more sense when using
There's no one hiding in here.
when using the Kinect.
Where'd the courier go to?
And come on, David. Did he really think Zapatero was gonna hide in here? I mean, I guess maybe he could shove himself in there, but that seems unlikely. And Zapatero, as we saw, really had no trouble at all challenging us to a fight. He doesn't really seem like the kind of guy who would hide in a place like that. Here's another fashion magazine. Maybe there's something more on Duncan and Suki. Alright, let's read about the Milan Collection. The Milan Collection is one of the Big 5 collections held in Milan, Italy at the end of February each year. This season again saw the unveiling of many appealing and sensational items. In particular, the retro and military fashion of individualist designer Duncan matches seamlessly with current trends, and was a major presence during the show. The retro and military fashion unveiled by him this season is kitsch and yet eye-catching. Its solid base in existing paradigms while dynamically fusing them with a modern approach is likely why it has come to be evaluated so highly. Yep. Another article complimenting Duncan and Duncan and Suki and their fashion genius.
There's nothing here.
Nope, nothing there. That was just there to make me waste stamina. A few things like that are in here. But, I mean, there's enough food that I don't think we really have to worry about it. And we can just buy... Oh, hey, there's Duncan. Speak of the devil. We just read an article all about him. He does look a little different from the last time we saw him, though, doesn't he?
Oh, my Cherie, I know. You must have been so scared. How is my Suki? Okay? There'll be champagne as soon as we arrive in D.C. Ooh, I think some Chardonnay might be nice.
Didn't your mannequin just break?
Hey! Excuse me! She's Suki, not a mannequin! Therefore, she most certainly cannot ever just break. Do you intend to make an enemy of the entire fashion industry?
No. That mannequin got totally wrecked.
Tut tut! Say another word, mister, and I shall unleash my anger!
Okay, you win. Forget I even asked about your mannequin. My bad. No more about Suki.
That's right. She's not a mannequin. We can forget this ever happened. Of course, us being top fashion designers, we're never going to remember you anyway. Your choices in fashion, so terrible. How can one walk outside wearing that?
Well, despite the lightning strike and everyone being put off by it, Duncan still seems to be his old self, despite his changed appearance. As we could see, there are actually 2 puzzle pieces we can get from talking with him. I guess let's bring up his military styled attire. I mean, no, it's not really. He just has a bit of camouflage on his face, but let's bring it up anyway.
When did you become a military maniac?
This is fashion, you heathen. Retro and military, it's called. Both Suki and I are completely anti-war, of course.
Okay. But what I really wanted to know was, when did you change your clothes?
Progress cannot be stopped. When we changed is not what is important. Rather, the question should be, when can we change? Indeed, just look. The fashion we have on right now is already headed toward obscurity. It's imminent, like fluttering petals. At any moment, new inspiration is going to just explode into my brain. Like, Arv and Von.
I guess let's help him out.
Avant-garde! Eureka! Yes. Your exclamation just lifted the fog from my brain in a flash. Now, say it with me. Avant-garde! This will be my next theme.
All right, it seems that... Well, I mean, it seems that we have inspired Duncan for a style that, as far as we know, he already came up with, but that does seem a little odd. And we got a puzzle piece from doing that for Part C. Let's see what else we can get when talking about what is apparently no longer a broken mannequin.
Your mannequin... is Suki really okay?
You're so persistent. Look at her smooth, perfect body. She doesn't have a mark on her.
Well, I guess let's take a look.
Oh, you're so good. Oh, my Suki. Suki, you are just too lovely. If I were to lose you, I doubt I could go on living.
This does look like the real Suki. So just what's going on here?
All right, so we completed clue letter C, cutting edge of fashion, whatever that might mean. However, what's that on Duncan's shoulder? Why, a Y button prompt has appeared. Maybe I should hold on to the Y button. Yeah, there's something on his shoulder, and it appears to be red powder. Let's ask him about that. Where did that come from? That red powder on your shoulder.
You've got red powder on your clothes. What is it?
Achoo! Oh, excuse me. Now then, where exactly is this red powder on my clothing? I don't see anything at all.
An elite fashion designer and a mysterious powder? My instincts as a former narcotics detective tell me something's up. I'll question him and find out more.
All right, let's see. What should we ask him about? Well, asking about real blood is too direct. The fashion world, well, Duncan has said that that is the only thing he and Suki care about. And D, we wouldn't really have a reason to ask him about that, so maybe let's try to get in good with Duncan and ask him about the fashion world.
Brilliant lights cast deep shadows.
What's that supposed to mean?
Musicians, artists, designers, top clientele for drug pushers.
I don't deny it.
And you're one of them too?
I don't need that stuff. I've got Suki. There's nothing that can possibly stimulate me more than her. Comparing her to the effects of mere chemicals, synthetic drugs, you may as well just slap her in the face.
Alright. Well, I mean, he did give us an answer. So we already asked about that. Does, he know anything about drugs? Like real blood?
Yours is a world of trends, isn't it? Well, there are trends in drugs, too. You're sensitive to trends, right? You know what I'm talking about. Real blood. The ultimate drug. Considered the final and best of the blood series. As the name might suggest, it's a bright red powder. Just like the suspicious powder I saw on your clothing.
You seem quite desperate to paint me as a junkie. But you're just overthinking things. The substance you question is nothing like that silly real blood. It's far more wonderful, revolutionary, like a completely new age. For now, well, just call it D.
Oh, okay. Well, we could ask about the New Age, or we could ask about D. I guess tell us more about the New Age.
Tell me more about this New Age.
No comment.
If it's all legit, surely you can tell me about it.
It isn't time to reveal anything yet. You'll hear about it soon enough, along with the rest of the world.
So you're planning on spreading a new age called D across the entire world simultaneously?
No comment.
This guy could be a lot more dangerous than he looks. I'll try taunting him a little.
Well, I guess there's only one thing to ask, and that's to get right down to it. What does Duncan know about D?
I've worked it out. The D of this new age is the D from Duncan. In other words, you want to make your own name the symbol of this new age. The whole world will be under the spell of the red powder that bears your name. But that isn't art. It's just attention seeking. the desire for conquest. Just another wannabe dictator. Is that what Suki wants?
Say whatever you like. It's not like you can stop me.
This guy is tougher than I thought. He knows I don't have anything on him, okay? I'll slap him with some proof. Something he can't run away from. All this talk of a new age called D, though. I just hope my bad feeling about all this is way off the mark.
Alright, we have a new extra case, and... oh, our vision turns on automatically, and we see something new. This red stuff going towards Duncan and heading back into the back of the plane. We should probably follow that, but I should probably also just push this back here and get money from the oxygen mask. I'm gonna push that. I'm not getting any money from him, but I'll push him anyway.
God damn it!
I should probably also examine the fire extinguisher, because it's there.
Why did I even think to try this? I must be getting tired.
So tired. And yep, that fire extinguisher still does not do anything. Okay, let's get serious. We have this trail of red, and we should probably follow it to the back and see what we find. Oh. Well, we know who she is, and I saw a puzzle piece on her, but I really just want to follow that trail for right now. We'll get back to Deborah. Nope, no tequila on this flight, I suppose. Shame. Something else of interest, as we saw before, is, yeah, Roland. He's sitting here. We see him, but the path goes, it looks like, into the bathroom, and we have our eye on Roland, but we'll come back later. It looks like Philip's in the way, and he's looking for something.
It's like I'm not even here.
Alright, we'll just have to get his attention then.
Oh dear. Control will be an issue if I can't find it. Sir, can I help you with anything?
Where's Olivia?
Excuse me, sir. Exactly which Miss Olivia are you searching for?
Olivia Jones. She's a member of the crew, just like you are.
I'm very sorry, sir, but she isn't aboard this flight.
Come on. Did that lightning strike you too? She was right here a moment ago. In any case, you need to contact Logan Airport immediately. Tell them we have an emergency up here. Also, get the BPD to send some cops to the airport. Detective Forrest Kaysen in particular. Give him my name and you'll have no problems.
Well, excuse me, sir. Are you hoping to use this confusion for something nefarious? If so, I'll have to stop you. Damn
Next
it.
time I'll break more than you watch.
My most humble apologies, Mr. David Young. This incident has us all a little riled up, I'm sure.
Huh?
I'll make the call about the suspicious person immediately. To our destination, Ronald Reagan International Airport. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Well, that seems strange in a few ways. And now we have another clue, adding to part B. I mean, Philip seems very desperate to find whatever it is he's looking for. And, what was the name of that airport we're going to? Didn't sound like what, David thought we were heading to.
This is a problem. Where is it?
Now he's looking for something, and let's just skip right to that. What is he looking for?
Are you looking for something?
Not at all, Mr. Young. I am completely at your disposal.
Have you contacted the airport?
Yes, of course.
Are you telling me the truth? It looks like you're so busy searching that you haven't done anything yet. I'll find what you're looking for. You just contact the ground.
That's very kind of you. Very well. I have lost a glove.
A glove? And it has to be this specific one?
Yes, it's a special order, perfectly fitted to my hand. I'm in serious trouble without it.
Why is he getting so upset about a glove? He's more high-strung than he looks.
Alright, I guess we should just go look for that glove. If it'll get Philip to call the ground and let him know what's going on here. We can look around and see if there's anything that seems hidden. I mean, this stuff probably needs to be moved. And yet, right below it is a glowy. Let's pick up that glove. If we did not talk to Philip and get that extra case, that glove would not be there. So let's give it back to him.
This is a problem. Where is it?
I found the glove. It's all burnt up, though.
Ah, thank you so much.
That's okay, is it?
No problem. I don't want to use it.
You don't? So, what's going on?
Nothing that concerns you, Mr. Young. This is my problem. Simply recovering the glove was the most important thing.
Huh? What does he want with a glove that can't even be used anymore? Just being high-strung doesn't explain that. I need to probe a bit deeper here.
That does seem a bit strange. However, I mean, we found his glove, so okay, we did something nice. Even though it was just to get Philip to do something for us. We could talk a bit more, but I really want to get into that bathroom and take a look at that red powder. By the way, the reason I just did this glove extra case right now is because on previous runs I found that if you don't do this immediately, for some reason the extra case becomes unavailable. You can't do it anymore. Don't know why. And I mean, it doesn't really matter that much, I guess, because we really did not get much information from that. But hey, we're trying to see everything. For right now, let's do what's important and follow this trail of mysterious red powder.
Where'd the courier go to?
Look at that. Look at the frame rate difference between the actual game and the mirror. It's like the mirror is running at half frame rate. I don't think I've seen that before in a game. It's running at a different frame rate than the actual game is. Well, whatever. Let's wash our face, I guess. We are running low on stamina, and we should probably buy some food soon. Should probably push a toilet soon and get money for it. There we go. Alright, there's a magazine, but we can't actually pick that one up. That's unfortunate because it's about David's favorite subject. But let's turn on our vision. He's staggering. We're so hungry. Let's turn on our vision and see what we can find. Oh, Duncan, you just left an entire mess in here, didn't you? That's a strange one right there. How would that even happen? This looks like a face. Did Duncan spread it all over his face and press it up against the wall? Because, I mean, I guess however you get your jollies. Alright, let's pick this up. It's a small glass bottle.
This bottle, it has some faint traces of the red powder. This is the evidence I need. This fragrance. I see. This is the new age he was talking about. Let's get it back to its owner. This should get another one in the clear.
Alright, it's a familiar-looking powder, but David seems like he has not smelled something like it before. That seems kind of odd. He also said, let's get this one in the clear. What does David think about this red powder, I wonder? Let's head right back to Duncan. Oh. We should probably get something to eat. But first, let's talk to Duncan. I think we have enough stamina left to do that.
You're like a rash that just won't go away, aren't you? Can't we handle this in one sitting?
Well, hopefully we can finish it right now. What does Duncan think about this glass bottle?
I've found your new age.
That's...
A pretty fancy container. And such a unique aroma. The same as the faint scent I detected coming from you.
Very well. Yes, it is all as you say. That's my latest cosmetic product, D.
A cosmetic? I thought as much.
You apply the bright red powder here, on this part below your nose. Vertically. Along here, like this.
Below your nose?
Yes. People's attention is focused on the center of your face. So, that's where I also focused my attention. On this bit below the nose that I don't even know the name of. Bright red lipstick is outdated now. The new age will be making this part below the nose bright red. Yes, it is truly avant-garde. By sheer coincidence, it matches perfectly with my next theme. One last thing. I need you to keep mum about D with the mass media. I want to make the announcement myself, when the right time comes.
Are we fine with that? I mean, what if we wanted to, I don't know, maybe blackmail Duncan a little?
What's in it for me?
This is the first time some pathetic punk has tried to shake me down. You planning on joining their ranks? That's your almighty endgame? Well, any chance you'll change your mind?
All right. We'll keep it a secret for Duncan and Suki.
Sure, no problem. It makes no difference to me.
You're smarter than I thought. Suki has changed her opinion of you too.
Alibi for that day. Well, I mean, that day can only mean one day. The only day that David is concerned about. So where was Duncan on that day?
There's something I'd like to ask you, though. For my silence, where were you on January 26, 2011?
The day I lost everything.
January 2011? I would have been in Paris from New Year onward.
You can prove it?
Easily. Just check the back issues of any fashion magazine. Suki and I are regulars at the Semaine de la Mode à Paris.
The La Mode what?
Heathen, the premier haute couture show. You've never heard of Paris Fashion Week? What century are you living in?
Sorry. My bad.
Sounds like the perfect alibi. It looks like Duncan is in the clear.
Alright, that's what he meant by putting Duncan in the clear. We've discovered where he was on that day.
That is a thank you. Nothing more. Certainly not to buy your silence. Don't take it the wrong way now.
And I guess there's one more thing we could ask him. To clarify, where does the D in this new age come from?
So the name of the new age is taken from the D of Duncan?
No, not at all. This new cosmetic for application just below the nose has a special fragrance. I'll tell you, but please, discretion. It's a powerful pheromone used by a certain female insect. Such a powerful pheromone. The insect was worshipped in ancient Egypt at...
Don't tell me. D is for dung beetle.
The whole world will fall under the spell of the fragrance of D.
Alright, maybe not what we expected it to stand for, but I guess we've explored all options of conversation with Duncan. We can pretty much assume that he is not the D that we're looking for. By the way, this side quest, this extra case, I believe was the one that results in him giving us the avant-garde top, which lets us impress Duncan at another time earlier in the game with the top. Also, the reason that I did change into the hockey jersey is because if you wear the avant-garde top when you talk to him now, that extra case with the red powder does not actually happen. I guess the game assumes that you must have already done it if you are already wearing the avant-garde clothes. Oh goodness, I think we're really going to have to buy something to eat here. I mean, investigating is so tiring. We get different reactions from this mysterious cat running Amanda's shop branch as we buy things. Seems to make her happy that we're buying stuff. The cat seems pleased. Whoever's cat this is, that's probably enough. Well, there is one person I think we can see that we should probably talk to. She seems like she is in a real bad situation. Can't really tell what's happening, but we do know one thing. We always have to take the opportunity where we can. Like back here. Alright, let's talk to her and see what is that she's doing with her hands.
No! I can't take it anymore. My hands and feet are cramping up.
What are you doing that for?
You there. Perfect timing. I can't take it anymore.
Take what?
What is Deborah talking about?
That lightning strike electrified the floor and handrails. So I'm doing my best not to touch them. But I can't take it anymore. My arms, legs, neck, back, everything is screaming in pain.
I need to try and calm it down.
Lightning striking an airplane. Crazy, huh? Doesn't this shaking feel odd to you?
Well, I mean, I guess that scene maybe has a bit of a problem when you're wearing the hockey gloves. But let's just assume that the gloves are very soft and Deborah's hands just kind of sunk into the material. I think that passes. But we can see that she has a puzzle piece we can get if we ask about the squeaking window.
First, squeaking windows, and now seats and floors are electrified? I'm almost impressed by your capacity to worry about the mundane.
Hold it! What was that about the windows?
They were squeaking, right?
Squeaking! The windows! You're saying the windows on this bucket squeak?
Alright, let's get a look at her notebook. Uh-oh, that icon disappeared. Let's try to see what she has written in there, because she keeps track of everything. Huh? Where is it? Let me see it. Okay, there it is. 33 people sniffed. That's not enough people sniffed, honestly.
You're pulling my leg. If the windows were really squeaking, why, we'd all be dead by now. That lightning strike would have come in through the cracked window. We'd have smashed into the sea, its surface harder than concrete. It's like Dr. Johnson always says. Fall from an airplane, and you'll die. So just keep your fear-mongering to yourself.
There certainly doesn't seem to be any counting in her notes. What's going on here, then?
That does seem very strange, that she would not remember the squeaking window. She felt it was so important. But that we did get a piece of evidence, I guess let's ask about suspicious persons and see if she's noticed anything off about what's been going on.
You also take notes on suspicious people, right?
That's right. There's you, of course, and I've got notes on that guy with the mannequin. Oh, I've got his number. He's one of them object sexuals.
I'll have to take your word for that.
It's a term applied to individuals who fall in love with inanimate objects. Come on, you've heard of it. A type of paraphilia. It's like Dr. Johnson always says, love has no boundaries.
It sounds like Dr. Johnson has a phrase for every occasion. We really should meet him someday. But what about Derek? I mean, I think that he is pretty suspicious himself.
What about the guy with the scar on his forehead? Stony face? In business class?
Oh yes, workaholic, textbook. He's got it bad too. He's either using his work to run away from something, or work itself is his reason for living.
Reason for living.
It's like Dr. Johnson always says, it doesn't matter what it is, just find a reason to live.
So I wonder what is Derek's reason for living. Alright, let's take a look at this extra case about Deborah's notebooks.
What are you doing now?
I'm rereading my old notes.
Your old ones?
It's your fault. You've got me all riled up. If the window really is squeaking, I need to check if I've got any notes on what to do about it. I'm sure I had something on it. Hey, you, make yourself useful. While I'm reading, you go around and check the windows for me.
Didn't I already check the windows?
No complaining, no talking back. Get to work.
Hey, hold on.
Ready? Set? Hurry, hurry, hurry!
Alright, this seems familiar. I think we've seen this before. Let's head up to the front of the plane, into business class, and let's see if we can see any windows. Yep, there's one right there. Not a scratch on it, everything looking good. Duncan's window is not bent. I mean, you wouldn't want to sit next to a bent window on a long flight. We, of course, know that Deborah is very concerned about these windows. But, yeah, didn't we already check everything? I mean, she seemed pretty satisfied by our thorough check last time round. But at the very least, all the windows seem good this time round, too. I mean, granted, I suppose after the lightning strike, they do need another inspection. Who knows what could have happened to them? Like those latches became warped. Remember those? After the lightning strike, so maybe something could have happened to the windows. So far, however, it seems like everything is doing pretty well. Alright, only 2 more, and there are, fortunately, 2 back here. Yep. And yep.
The windows aren't squeaking, are they?
Yeah. Actually, they aren't.
I think I can make use of you.
Oh. There's more?
Checking my notes, there's still some stuff I want looked at. Are you with me?
I mean, if the plane needs inspection, it needs inspection. I guess let's get on with it.
Got it. Right here. August 3rd, 2009. An article sent to a radio program.
August 2009. You've got all your notes going back that far?
Of course. If I didn't carry them around with me, I wouldn't be able to look at them when I need them.
I suppose that makes sense.
Forget that anyway. We've got bigger fish to fry. Did you know? Metallic objects
Yes.
tend to rust if they aren't taken care of often. If someone isn't doing their job, the rust might bring this plane down. Go and check carefully now.
Whoa. Hold on.
Go get to work. Ready? Set? You can do it! You can do it! You can do it!
Alright, we have to be an anti-rust avenger and make sure that no harm is brought to these good people due to potentially rusty metallic fittings. Everything seems to be pretty good so far. I mean, we had no use for that fire extinguisher. But at least it's not rusted. I mean, we know those latches are kind of warped. But maybe we shouldn't let Deborah know about that. She might not take it very well if she knew about the warped latches. But it does seem this airplane is maintained excellently, according to our very professional inspections that we've been doing. Roland looks on in silence. I'm sure he knows what we're doing. He knows it's for the good of everyone. Uh-oh, it appears that I've missed one. Alright. Time's ticking down. If we miss only just one, it could mean the death of everyone on board this plane. I mean, obviously there's not going to be anything by her, because she would have noticed it herself. I'm sure she would have replaced it herself, too, if she noticed that if anything was amiss. Just not seeing the final one. I guess we could ask the cat, but the cat does not seem like it's paying too much attention to what's going on here. Oh, there it is.
That's odd. You didn't find a single spot of rust? There's something odd about this aircraft. It's like Dr. Johnson always says, too clean is too suspicious. This calls for a complete and thorough investigation.
Complete and thorough?
We're on the same page here, right?
Definitely. I mean, the stakes of all of these lives on this plane hang in the balance.
This is the final phase. Dr. Johnson said this on January 26th, 2011.
Huh? January 26, 2011? That's the day she died.
It says that it was very cold that day, with a record snowfall.
Anything else?
Oh, there's plenty more. My breakfast that morning, the time I left for work, color of my socks, the amount of gauzes I used that day, and an emergency case that night.
Show me that page.
No, it's mine.
I'll do whatever you need for the final phase. Anything. So please, show it to me.
If it means so much to you. Okay. However, the final investigation isn't going to be easy. It's like Dr. Johnson always says. Get older and you'll need the toilet more often. That means you need to check the toilets on board as quickly as possible. Go and check that all the toilets can be used within the time limit.
Just make sure you keep your promise.
Go get to work. Ready? Set? This is really the last time. Go, go, go!
All right, it's time for the final inspection, and the most important one of all, the bathrooms. We have to make sure the bathrooms can be used. Is there anything more important than that? All right, that's one. Someone is inside, and it seems like the only thing we can examine down here. Let's go to the other end, to the bathrooms in the economy class, and see what we can find. Now, Deborah said that she took care of an emergency case on the night that little Peggy died, and we know she's a nurse who does work in Boston. I mean, that door seems kind of not great, but if it can be used, I guess it's okay. We have 3 more to find. Let's head inside and see what we can find. Could it be that Deborah might have something of interest in her notes? Maybe something that David would like to see. And the final test. Can the toilet be flushed? Yes, it can. It can be used.
The toilets are all fine.
They are? That's good. Now I can grow old in peace.
Please, show me the notebook.
Just this once. These are my notes, after all, not yours. Did you find anything interesting?
It's got a whole day in here, which gives it a perfect alibi. Even if these notes are fake, Dr. Johnson will likely vouch for her. She's in the clear.
All right, I guess we can conclude that Deborah is not D.
If I find anything else I need you for, I hope you'll help me out.
We'll see. Just don't expect too much from me.
Well, I mean, that was kind of an interesting thing, talking about some kind of gunshot case that came in that night. But I guess maybe we should ask her about what the most dangerous thing is. What is the most dangerous thing in the eyes of Deborah?
What's the most dangerous thing on an airplane?
Oh, there's lots of dangerous stuff. Maybe the number of times a baby has cried. Or times lavatories are full. Or maybe it's the number of times someone has blown their nose. Although, of course, you have to count the separate directions. But most dangerous, though, I mean, the epitome of danger.
Ooh. Ooh.
Was when the flight attendant screwed up the in-flight announcement and called Massachusetts Massachusetts.
That seems like a very odd mispronunciation. How do you even do that?
Massachusetts, what?
Yes. Can you believe that? Normally you would at least apologize. Correct yourself. But no, nothing. That'll make people think that Massachusetts is actually meant to be pronounced Massachusetts. Don't you see how dangerous that is? It's like Dr. Johnson always says, always admit your mistakes.
It does seem incredibly dangerous. Dangerous knowledge. Dangerous misinformation. What's this about number of flights?
Do you fly often?
No, this is my first time. To celebrate the 5th anniversary of my starting work, Dr. Johnson gave me some holiday and a ticket. Go spread your wings. Literally. That's what he said to me. But you know, these airplanes shake around more than I imagined, and the air is so dry. When taking off, I thought my stomach was making a break for it. How am I meant to spread my wings under all this pressure?
I mean, it takes a while to get used to being on an airplane. You can't expect to be an old hand at it your first try, the first time you've ever been on a flight. What's this about the note-taking frequency? It seems that it's pretty high. It seems that she's taking notes all of the time.
How many notebooks have you filled?
Oh, not many yet on this trip. Let me see. 2 in the taxi from my house, and then 3.5 in the airport. Since I got on board, only about 1 1/8 of another.
So... 6?
Yes, well, 6 1/3 or so. What's it to you anyway? Why do you want to know?
Huh. That's a very good question.
Well, I guess we're out of questions. I guess there's really nothing else we can think of to talk to Deborah about. And that's fine, because we've cleared her name. We know she's not D, so we've made some progress. We know that we don't need to be suspicious of Deborah. We know we don't need to be suspicious of Duncan, so that's 2 of the 3 Ds that we have cleared. The third D, Derek, well, we still don't know about. And hey, we've also determined that this airplane is completely safe. It is not going to crash. Everyone is not going to die. And I think that's probably enough for this time round on Let's Play D4. I know, Roland's waiting for us. He's used to waiting by now. Let's save our game. Let's save our investigation. And next time, we'll finish up looking around this airplane and talking to everyone and just see what we can find out. And try to figure out where Antonio went. Remember him? Remember Zapatero? Yeah, we're still looking for him. Supposedly. Maybe we'll find him next time. I'll see you then.
Didn't I already check the windows?
No complaining, no talking back. Get to work.
Hey, hold on.
Ready? Set? Hurry, hurry, hurry! Didn't make it in time. Every single person on this plane was counting on you.
Hey, can I take a break?
You certainly looked capable enough. Can't judge a book by its cover, eh? If someone asks for your help, you be sure and help them, okay?
What's with the attitude? I'm only asking because I was worried. You think nothing happened at all?
I don't need your jabber, boy.
Derek Buchanan. I'm not sure why, but he seems determined to ignore me.
About your daughter. Does she look like you? If she does, well, that's gotta be one unhappy kid. Voted most likely to be carved from stone. No prom date for her. Just having you as a father is enough to scare the boys off, I bet. But that's a surprise. You're the last person I'd expect to be carrying a picture of your family.
Listen up. I don't know who you are. But if you want to keep sucking down air, never talk to me again. As for your other inquiry, my daughter does not need the likes of you worrying about her. She looks like her mother. Thank you very much.
Marshal Buchanan doesn't know who I am? There's something very odd going on here. He seems determined to ignore me.
That's a pretty great photo. Did you take it? Can I tell you what I like the most? It's that your bald head isn't in it. Don't tell me. You weren't the cameraman. You were the flashbulb. But that's a surprise. You're the last person I'd expect to be carrying a picture of your family.
Listen up. I don't know who you are. But if you want to keep sucking down air, never talk to me again. And as for my head, I'm not bald. I shave it.
Marshal Buchanan doesn't know who I am? There's something very odd going on here. But just what is it?
My instincts as a former narcotics detective tell me something's up.
I'll question him and find out more.
Have you heard of real blood?
Oh, of course I have. It's a cocktail containing tomato juice.
Not even close.
Oh, you must mean that old cult movie. Or that specialist retailer aimed at teenagers.
Is this just bluster? Is he trying to hide something? I need to find another way in.
D? What kind of question is that?
I'm investigating something.
Even if I knew about it, I wouldn't necessarily tell you, would I?
He makes a good point. I can't approach this head on.
Okay. But what I really wanted to know was, when did you change your clothes?
Progress cannot be stopped. When we changed is not what is important. Rather, the question should be, when can we change? Indeed, just look. The fashion we have on right now is already headed toward obscurity. It's imminent, like fluttering petals. At any moment, new inspiration is going to just explode into my brain. Like, Arv and Von.
Always golf!
Silence, you caveman! Such foolishness from a mere peasant will filthy up my brain. I'm almost there. So close. Please do not interfere with me!
So, a new trend is coming.
Very soon, yes. Very soon.
Not retro, but a new style?
Oh, yes. A new era. Acrobatic. No. Oh, no. Nonest. No, that's not it. Ah, vain.
Asian corn!
Silence, you caveman! Such foolishness from a mere peasant will filthy up my brain.
Always God?
Silence, you caveman!
Asian god?
Silence, you caveman!
Avant corn. Asian Gulf. Always corn. Avant Gulf?
Silence, you caveman!
Avant God!
Eureka!